Subsarpio and Wavy here to the Uniric TV Eggman and why the Halo lore was so extremely bad. First of all, I know much about the lore, and second of all, don't blame the actors. Please don't harass them on Twitter or something else, and we can at least have some decency. We need to be a bit civilized, and let's get started.
This is a man who apparently sticks to a deal. He walks in the back door, takes off all his clothes in the laundry room.
Is this some Chris Hansen shit?
In search of the decoy.
The voice.
You want to explain yourself?
Yes.
Grab that towel right there.
Oh my god, I don't know this episode. What
Wrap
the
it
hell?
on yourself, and please sit in that stool.
I hope Eggman doesn't get demonetized for this shit.
What are you doing?
What are you doing?
What are you doing?
We don't know, man.
Making a mistake.
Making a mistake. You drive into
Yes.
somebody's driveway, walk into their
Prison cell.
strip naked,
Stay hydrated.
and walk in. What is going on in your mind?
Enjoy the war.
You don't know.
Stupid mistakes.
Stupid mistakes.
Yes?
Now, what do you think would have happened
John.
had I not been here and had there actually been
A Covenant spy.
in that next room?
Come on,
What would have
spy.
happened after you walked in there naked?
I guess something probably would have happened.
Something like what?
Something along sexual lines.
Gonna
Like you would
target,
have had
right?
sex with
A weird Covenant.
Stop. Right here. There was no Covenant aristocracy who were human. This is completely wrong. They hunted the humans. They wanted to exterminate them because they held the mantle of responsibility, the humans, of course. And the Sunshine Human, the leaders of the Covenant, they didn't want the humans to gain power in their own ranks because the human could activate the Forerunner artifacts, the Forerunner structures and shit like that, man. They didn't want the humans to have a high status, and this is why they hunted them down. They exterminated all these human worlds, and they didn't have any humans in their high ranks. They just had human slaves, and they were given to the brutes and jackals. They eat fucking humans. And if you were nice to a human, you were probably guarding the the grand mating chamber. This is wrong. This is the first picture. I was instantly enraged.
Lady.
I'm not sure if I would have done that, but
Master Chief.
You're naked.
I wouldn't have gone all the way. I wasn't going.
You went all the way when you took your clothes off. Just
Yeah,
about.
what was
I
it?
can only imagine what would have been going on in this house had I not been here. Am I wrong to think that?
No, you're not.
I don't even know what to say. I
Yes.
don't know how to start this video. The
don't
Halo
know, man.
TV series is despicable. It's terrible. Why? Why are you doing this? Why are you doing this?
I was thinking the
to
same.
me?
They didn't even talk to the lore people. They didn't even talk with the directors of the games. This was so clueless. It just says Halo in the name and some elites and CG of the Halo games, man. Why? Why? This didn't make any sense, this scene. Bro, I feel you, man.
Paramount 343. Why are you subjecting me to torture?
Wait, they worked with 343? What were the problems behind the
And
scenes?
character assassination
big
of one of
problems, I
the
think.
greatest, most iconic video game characters of all time. I just can't get behind this show anymore. I can't do it. So this is going to be a kind of review rant video. Not sure what it is, but I'm kind of fired up. Now, listen, there are some good aspects of the show. Let's not act like it's entirely bad and the spawn of Satan, right? Some of the visuals
You should.
have
be
been
honest.
pretty great.
Yeah,
the
very
art
great.
style is consistent with the games. The acting is all right. Of course, I know all about that. And I think there is quite a diverse
Yeah, don't blame the actors and actresses. Please don't do it.
array of characters. The costumes and set design is, it looks good to me. And the rare fight sequences are pretty epic when
Yeah.
they do happen.
Yeah,
and that's when it
pretty
feels
good,
like
man.
Halo. But whenever I watch the show, it feels like it's explicitly setting out to not be Halo. And I don't know why. The
Why?
Halo TV series has officially jumped the shark in the 8th episode of its first season. Now, granted, it wasn't all that great leading up to this, but who would have thought Master Chief would officially lose his V-card to a Covenant spy and potentially result in the destruction of Reach.
This is it, baby.
What the hell? Like, Spartans would never fall for that.
Turn this shit off!
Master Chief just committed a war crime. And I can't hate this character.
The Chief would never do this. Like, the Chief is the most loyal person to humanity, to save everyone, man. Like, how many times he risked his life for this shit. And this scene didn't make any sense. This is not the Chief. This was
any
pathetic.
less than I do. Master Chief's character has been completely and utterly assassinated by Paramount Plus and 343 Industries. And they might come up with the excuse of, well, this is just a different timeline. This is the silver timeline, alternate reality.
What
it's not
timeline? Why are you introducing shit like that?
Different universe, blah, 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 whatever. You called him Master Chief, okay? This is your version of Master Chief. Let's not pretend like he's somebody else, okay? You're basing this off the source
And
material.
don't call him the Master Chief. Maybe it's some other rogue, Spartan gone rogue person who didn't want to help the humans anymore for resistance or some shit like that. Some revolutionaries. I don't know. But don't make it the Chief.
You failed to accurately adapt that source material. I have a right to be pissed about that.
Yes.
And so does everyone else.
Is.
Okay, yeah, I get it. It's a TV series based off of some video games. It's not going to ruin my life if it sucks. But I will let it ruin my life for at least one day. You know, again, it's okay to like the show. Don't let me or anyone else interrupt you from enjoying this if you do. That's not the point. It's just, for the love of God, 8 years for this. We waited 8 years for this.
8 years.
This show was first announced when MCC was announced. That's how long it's been.
No way.
The Halo universe is an amazing opportunity to be at that intersection where technology and myth-making meet to produce something really groundbreaking. And I'm incredibly excited about the great journey we're all on, the heroes, worlds, and wonders that Halo will take us on. Thank you.
No comment. Imagine you are one of these people, one of these fans sitting now US in present day and seeing this shit.
Didn't have enough problems with the show itself. Fucking Paramount has to go around
I feel so bad for you,
claiming all sorts of videos criticizing the show. It's like, fuck you, dude. Leave Angry Joe alone. Let him do his thing. Sorry, Paramount, this video isn't gonna suck your balls. I don't back down to copyright abusers that don't understand fair use. I'd say for all the time I've spent watching the Halo TV series,
if you know, you know.
About 10% of it has actually felt like it was based on Halo. And everything else is just shit that you could swap in any generic sci-fi universe, story, or plot, and it would be the exact same. Nothing about what makes Halo special and interesting is present in the show. Almost nothing.
There was this conflict shit, but there was not this mystery feel to it. It felt so generic. But the action scenes, man, they were dope. Look at this, man. Halo 2.
Make any more noise?
Yes.
I guess so.
Halo 2 is the best one, by the way.
Like out of all the things you could have a Halo TV show do, like, why are we following Master Chief to fucking his home and like watching him walk around parks and like doing nothing, just like doing his fucking laundry? And 343, I don't understand why you guys seem to hate Halo. Like, why you insist on turning it into something worse, something it's not and was never meant to be, in order to appeal to some broader audience. And some people might say, well, it's actually the showrunner's fault. And yeah, you're right. At the same time...
But the thing is, if you would have done it right, like how the fans wanted it to be, many people, many YouTubers, especially like Penguin Z, was critical, was his name, yeah, and other people, they love his shit to death. And if you did make it right, they would have told the audience that it was so amazing, the audience would watch it and it would gain such a high amount of following. of people, that it would be one of the most successful TV series in the world. But they didn't do that. They went the safe route to have a garbage, casual-ass show.
Somebody at 343 had to have looked over the scripts, read it, and said, yeah, you have the go-ahead, or someone at Microsoft. My problem is whoever approved this story should be fired.
Yes.
Out of a cannon and into the sun. And if nobody at 343 is reading the scripts, well, then I'd say they have a bigger problem with laziness on their hands. I'm not sure which one would be worse, to be honest. The show pretty much fell apart the second Master Chief revealed his face. It was not earned.
This is not something you should have done. Never release him. Why did they do this, man? It was stable. This was the great thing, that we couldn't see the Master Chief. We could self-insert ourselves into him.
Emotional.
But now that's not possible.
Provide anything. He's showing his face to this random insurrectionist, Quan Ha, a character that I and many other people just don't like. And it's like 40 minutes into the first episode, he takes his helmet off and just ruins any potential mystery, any potential build-up to what he looked like. At that moment, this was no longer Master Chief. It was John. And it's been John ever since. This is not Master Chief. This is a guy who stole Master Chief's armor and is pretending to be him. You know, he'd be a terrible character even if he wasn't based on Green Spaceman. You know what I mean? It's like, why blow your load on the first fucking episode? Do the showrunners not understand the impact and legacy of Master Chief's face and what
this was the legendary ending of Halo 4, where you could just see a glimpse of his face? Like, look at this.
It's
horrifying.
Almost a joke.
Insane.
How often he tries to not.
That was a good thing about Halo 4, the story, not the gameplay. The gameplay was pretty garbage, but Halo 4 story was great. Don't flame people free so much. They did some good stuff. They did some bad stuff. Halo 4.
His armor. You know what I mean? In one scene, he puts his helmet on and 20 seconds later takes it off. Like, what's the point of the armor? He never fucking wears the damn thing. This is the problem with showing Chief's face so callously. We didn't get a chance to know him as the guy in the armor, and now he's going through like 7 episodes of character development when we don't even know what character is being developed.
Yeah. Imagine if you didn't knew anything about the Halo series or Halo lore. And you would just instantly see this. You wouldn't be like, wow, insane, damn. You would feel nothing.
Gotten to know him in this new alternate timeline. And this, the face reveal is not earned. Remember how the Fire Lord was built up in Avatar and how epic and earned that felt to finally
see? Avatar, this is not just a kids TV series, man. You need to watch this. This is some good shit. It has such good writing.
The Fire Lord's face and what an imposing presence he had. Imagine how much more interesting the show would be through the use of clever camera angles, lighting, and shadows to hide Master Chief's face when he had his helmet off. The potential for all of that was just thrown away, and now Master Chief was just
like he takes his helmet off. We don't see his face, but he still talks to that person, and she just looks in awe. So, holy shit, man, that's the Chief, and we can't see him, and because he's blocked by I don't know, some objects, just his face, but we can see his armor, you know? That would be cool, man. That would be insane.
Why is Master Chief such a dick? Why is he shouting all the time and yelling? Don't give me this crap about
the Chief is quiet and effective. This is not him.
Chip that he took out. Why are we even focusing on that in the first place? Why is this not just a simple story about guys blasting aliens?
Bro, where's Sergeant Johnson? Imagine just a TV series about the Sergeant, man. This would be insane. Like, this dude, this personality, he fits. He's perfect.
At least start the show
Sergeant Avery Johnson, man.
Premise of Halo.
About his earlier Spartan shit and that he was Gen 1, I think, yeah.
And weave
prototypes
in
of Spartans.
The UNSC angle to it, the Oni stuff, and the controversies around the Spartans. You know, this is why we can have 3 different versions of Spider-Man all in the same movie, and they all feel like Spider-Man. Because none of them are sitting there like some grizzled war veteran with a jagged scar down his face like, my old man used to tell me. With great power comes great responsibility. God, I hate you, Uncle Ben.
Why do I want to see this?
That's not Spider-Man, and this isn't Master Chief. If you're able to somehow make Halo 5 look better in comparison, you really fucked up bad.
What do you think that's about?
Because at least Master Chief's character wasn't assassinated. He was just boring. I don't understand why they didn't just elect to retell the game's original story.
Imagine,
right? Wouldn't
the first ring, or you just get hunted by the Covenant. The slip space jump just went in there from reach. The people are thinking, damn, what is going on here? Why is there a big ring, man? And we land on it, we crash on it, we struggle, many different camps. You need to find the Marines, they talk to you, so many comms between those different landing stations, Alpha Base, the struggles in the Covenant. Where are the fucking humans? We need to kill them, man. They are polluting the Holy Ring. And then the flood action, man. Humans are fucked, man, because the flood is there. They zombify each and every single one of them. The Covenant also finds out they are also fucked up. And everyone is in a struggle to escape. Everyone tries to survive. The Covenant just waits for more reinforcements for the big Roy ship, man. And at the end of the Halo 1 series, we should see how there's that one exploded ring, like the Chief destroyed it. This is not a spoiler, because it happened like 20 years ago or something like that. And after this would happen, we would just see the end scene where this big mothership of a Covenant, High Charity, would be in the sky. End of season 1. That would be insane.
Wouldn't it have been easier to do that?
Season 2,
Let
I
me
don't know.
pose a question. What would you rather be watching?
Imagine that.
The current show
And
we
this is
have,
possible
or-
with current technology and CG and shit like that. We already have seen much more amazing stuff.
retelling of Combat Evolved. Exactly. You know, we've been hearing this talk from 343. We want Halo to appeal to a broader audience. Well, why the fuck does Halo need to change to appeal to a broader audience? It already has one.
If you have been paying any attention today, you know Halo 2 is Xbox's most potent weapon yet in the battle against Sony's PlayStation.
Yes.
Early results, in fact, are blowing away expectations. Microsoft is
This
just coming
was
out and saying
insane.
now that it expects to take in $100 million in sales just today.
You ever play this video game Halo 2?
Halo 2, as you can see, the crowd is here. We all love Halo 2. The crowd is here.
Yeah.
November 9th, the launch of what is perhaps
Bro, I was so young, I didn't know about this shit, but my cousin had Halo 2 on the old OG Xbox with a Duke controller. I went down into his room and we played, and I played, and after he got his 360, he gifted me the old Xbox, and I played Halo 2 to death, man. I love that game.
most anticipated console video games of all time. I'm gonna step
It's
aside
still my
and let these
favorite,
guys tell
man.
you what it is.
Did you miss that whole part where Halo 3 was the biggest video game ever released
I knew this as well,
and
man.
the largest grossing single media product ever at that point in time?
Halo 3 is here.
Did you look at that 343? Did you look at Halo 3's success and say, but I want more? Look, I can respect wanting to adapt a show to merchandise Halo and to build all sorts of products and
I hope they start another show which is like accurate.
toys and
But
stuff
I
around.
don't think that this is still a possibility. I'm just sad, man. There was so much potential. And now, after these long 12 minutes, I feel more disappointed than angered.
Halo. If those are quality products, they deserve to be sold, and 343 deserves to make some money off of that. It's fine to
Damn.
branch out, but every tree has to stick to its roots. Why not
Yes.
just start the first episode with Halsey and Captain Keyes going to see Chief as a kid, or John, and being like, wow, yeah, he's special. Oh, yeah, this kid's gonna do great things, blah, blah, blah. And then we cut to the pillow.
Or how they stole John from his family. Like, family gets like a copy of John, and this was just a clone. That clone would have the clone died just like after a few days, I think, and the parents would be like horrified. Damn, what the fuck happened to our son, man? But in reality, the chief still is on and is in this insane, mysterious program, which is behind the scenes of a military. That is 10 times more interesting, man.
Pillar of Autumn, and Master
so
Chief
easy.
wakes up and he goes through the Pillar of Autumn.
You have a good story already there. I mean,
he does
there.
all that, and there's time to establish the characters, and you introduce the Marines, and there's like Mendoza, Vicente, you know, all those unique voice actors for the Marines to make them diverse. And so we get to know this ship and its inhabitants before disaster strikes, and then we land on the ring.
And we see them on the ground and how they die, and people we somewhat connected to, even though the chief was less human, I guess, in the beginning, but he grew more and more over time.
You can just take the original Halo story, cover that in the first season or the second, and then weave in the backstory through that. You can do unique things when adapting the same story, but you have to do it right, and this isn't the way. So much of the Halo TV series focuses on shit I have absolutely no interest in, like Desert Planet singing Asian monks or whatever. Like, I don't get it.
Like, why?
Where's Fohammer? Where's Sergeant Johnson?
Yes.
Like, Fohammer.
Miranda Keys, Captain Keys, everyone.
So critically underrated in the first
Cole. Never forget.
We're approaching the LZ. It's gonna be hot. Get set to
It's gonna be hot, yeah.
touchdown. Hit it, Marine.
And we never saw what she looked like. Wouldn't that be a cool opportunity to introduce this character? But what do I know? Why were the prophets introduced so early on? Why are they speaking in a foreign language? You know, having the
Bro, in Halo 2 we just spoke English because we couldn't understand that shit.
Covenant transition to speaking English in Halo 2 was to make them more relatable. And now the prophets are not really relatable to me anymore.
This heretic and those who follow him must be silenced.
Their slander offends all who walk the path.
Especially since some fucking human is hanging out with them, and like their whole mission is to exterminate every single human ever. It makes no goddamn sense.
This armor suits you, but it cannot hide that mark. Nothing ever will. You are the arbiter, the will of the prophets. But these are my elites. Their lives matter to me, yours does not. That makes two of us.
This line, that makes two of us. This was the exact moment where this dude thought a bit respectfully of the arbiter.
Two of us.
Like this. You can see so much emotion.
The sex scene, which god damn it. Halo was never about romance and sex, at least not often.
Yeah, tell Vladimir, and how was the captain called again? I forgot the name, sorry.
And the only
was it Artus Vadum, or was it someone else?
Romance was between Chief and Cortana, which was a platonic, implied, and very subtle romance. Or sorry, not romance, but love story. If anyone should have gotten some pussy, it should have been my man.
Oh, I know what the ladies like.
Yeah.
If you wanted to have Master Chief involved in some kind of love story, that is fine. But it has to be done right, and it should be way later in the story.
Yes.
The reason Halo 4 works on a narrative level is because the first 3 games happened before it. Remove that context, and Halo 4 is fucking dead weight. But that's exactly what we have. We have this love story that we're expected to care about just because it's happening right now. And some parts of the show are just downright hilarious when I know the story isn't trying to be funny. Like Maki's backstory, she's reading a book with some kid in a cave on the dumpster planet, and you know they're about to kiss, and some guy just hops out with a baton and is like, "Hey, get back here!" And he chases the kids down, and then he beats to death one of the kids, and is like, "That's why you never read books on the dumpster planet." I'm like, what the fuck is happening? He just beats some kid up for reading a book. God, it's like this isn't a Halo show. It's not what I wanted. You're alienating the core fan base who supported your products and your business for years. I don't think
I would have supported you so much. 343. I would give my fucking money. Everyone would be fine. Everyone would have fun. Everyone would think, damn, if I have a nice Halo show. Yeah. But
really
no.
a good business venture. You've been trying to sell Halo to a broader audience ever since you got a hold with it.
I don't know what to say anymore. I'm
Halo
fucking
4,
done right now.
Maybe worked a little
Let
bit with Halo 5,
finishes.
you could argue. And it's not really working with Halo Infinite. It's not working for me with the TV show. You know, money can buy talent. It can buy special effects.
Yes.
It can buy all the props and the biggest actors you could possibly need.
Yes.
But money can't buy vision. And that's what the show lacks. Quite honestly, I felt that's what
Just
Halo
a
has
fucking
lacked
generic show.
in the last 11 years. A consistent vision of what it should be. And so, yeah, those are my thoughts on the Halo TV show. It just...
Maybe some law on the
ODSTs.
ODSTs.
It hurts to watch. And... It's not just because of the sex scene. I think that was just the straw that broke the camel's back. Yeah, so I had to rant about it. Had a jolly good time. What do you think of the Halo show? Let me know in the comments below. Hope you enjoyed.
Just watch my video, Eggman. So thank you for watching. Thank you for your insane support right now. We got so many subscribers. It's nothing in comparison to this giant. He deserves more subscribers. Subscribe to him, like his videos. And I would appreciate if you would do the same to my video, like and sub. And thank you for watching. I'll see you next time for more awesome content. Wafer out.